tour the nation, during that time. They're definitely one of Cleveland's first bands to tour nationwide off an album. Hey, Mert, how you doing, man? What's going on?
Oh, great.
You and Rick are here, and it's a beautiful thing. Over 51 years ago, you guys began this journey right here with Carl Reese and Bill Randall. What was it like, when you came into the 1490 WERE studio back there 51 years ago? What was it like, man? Was it anything like this?
No, that's not at all. We were a lot together with Carl Reese. We did record hops with Carl Reese. And we came down here and were here sometimes all night together with Carl Reese.
And we was there just working, putting in the midnight oil and stuff when I'm doing anything you guys can do.
We were good friends with Carl Reese.
Right.
And Arnie Rosenberg was the guy with the
engineer.
The engineer.
Yeah. Go ahead, talk, right? You talk. This is you guys' studio, man. This is your radio station right here, right now. This is what you guys began a long time ago.
Whenever we did come back to town, we had an opportunity we had a standing opportunity to do the Big Five show with Don Webster. Later, the Upbeat show.
Okay.
Right, that Upbeat
we must have done that one. I don't know, 10 times maybe.
Yeah,
about.
And Jerry G. Jerry G. Bishop when he was on,
right.
We did his show several times too. And it was very informal.
Was it true that when you were on the Don Webster show that they didn't want you to announce that you were from Cleveland the first time?
That's true.
Wow,
That's
isn't that
true.
amazing?
That was the management. They thought that first of all, it would have been 2 strikes against the band for people to find out that we were from Cleveland. So
wow.
They kept that very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And some radio stations when we would stop in on our tours out of town would question, say, well, where are you guys from? So I can't remember. Tom usually handled that. They weren't sure if we were from Europe.
Okay.
Europe, or one of the posters that I have it at home. I don't know if you
wow.
have it. Yeah, it said direct from Europe.
Wow.
The Outsiders time won't let me. So yeah, it was a trick.
I just wonder why Cleveland has such a bad rap, because they try to hide that from the Motown story about the Temptations. They never mentioned that Paul Williams and Eddie Kendricks, the 2 founding members, lived in Cleveland, and they worked at the Majestic Hotel as a bellhop and a busboy, was it?
Yeah.
Dishwasher?
Dishwasher and a bellhop.
And they were discovered in the Rose Room by Milton Jenkins, who brought them up to meet Berry Gordy.
And by the way, Milton Jenkins was the one who had the Primettes at the time, who was the Supremes. Would later be called the Supremes.
Primettes.
Primettes.
Mm-hmm.
So when he found the guys here, he said, well, you guys can come on up to Detroit, because he heard them singing at the Majestic Hotel in the Rose Room. And that's where he recruited Eddie Kendricks and Paul Williams, and they took off from there and went to Motown, and that's when they began the story, the Motown play story. They don't talk about all the other stuff that Barry did, but it's...
We met the Supremes, and we met the Temptations when we were on the road.
That's right.
Yeah.
We talked with the Temptations. They were catching a plane to some place, I don't know where, and we were catching another plane, but we met in
the airport.
At the airport.
Yeah.
And we had a short conversation with them, and they were glad that we did one of their numbers on our records. So they said we did a good job. And we just grew about 2 inches.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I mean, coming up in that area wasn't no sophisticated PA system, just like when you played on, was it American Bandstand or but did you guys have to lip sync then, or you got your...
Yeah, we did.
Okay, see, a lot of people don't realize this, so you guys did have to lip sync, and it was normal protocol when recording all the shows.
It was very necessary because they didn't have sound, very good sounds in those studios. So we said, well, we would rather lip sync from the record.
Right, rather than sound embarrassing trying to play live,
Right.
even on on the Upbeat show, the Big Five show.
Right.
The
right.
sound wasn't that great. So most groups preferred to just pantomime the record.
Yeah.
And we did the same.
We
We did the same. We did
yeah.
it the same way. It was just a common practice.
Yeah, and did Tom take that real at first and stuff, or you guys just went along with the flow?
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you do remember the records with the record labels and stuff? Briefly, you know, when you guys switched over to Capitol, and then they wanted to drop the Tom King and just go with the Outsiders.
Well, yeah, Mert can tell that story, but we just relayed that a little earlier today. Go ahead, Mert.
Come on, Mert.
Well, Tom King. What,
Yeah.
you were
About
talking
About the outside, the name,
How-
the
how-
outside.
The name changed from Tom King to just the
Oh,
Outsiders
yeah,
with
yeah,
Capitol
well,
Records.
Well, it's a story about Tom King and his uncle Patrick Connolly.
Right, with him. Okay.
We did some local recordings where Patrick Connolly was the headmaster, I almost said, on his own record label, and we put some local records out, some promos and so. But at one time, Tom King and Patrick Connolly got in a heated argument, and
You know how the musicians are.
Patrick, he said, "Well, Tom King, you have always been an outsider to the family." So when we were asked what we would call our group, being that Capitol was not very happy with the Starfire name.
Right.
So Tom says, "How about the Outsiders?"
Just like that.
Just like that, and
Yeah.
they took it. Yes, that was good.
That was amazing. You guys had to learn the ropes then, dealing under the governing of a record label.
Boy,
you
did
know?
we ever.
We got 4 minutes
What was
left.
some of your experience? You know, well, we only got 3 minutes left, and we're gonna play everybody the hit song that went to number 5 on Billboard Hot 100. Okay. And
One you already had in.
you like to give any shout outs, my man? You know your participation.
I would. The other remaining
you already
outsider,
had
Bill
in there
Bruno, is
for,
in San Diego.
Right.
We're going to say
April
hello to him.
27th.
And of course, Sonny Geraci's family
Yes.
and Tom King's sons
Yes.
that are still here in town.
Yes.
All respect to them. And go ahead and cue it up.
And Ron Harkey,
And Ron's in Grand Rapids, that's right.
that played on Time Won't Let Me.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it, people. You know, you're listening to the Rock and Roll Capital's #1 AM music radio show. Right now, we've got
The
Tom
King
King.
and the Outsiders. Time won't let me.
I like the combination that
Sorry.
he did.
Sorry,
I
Billy.
see the combination they used was like a Motown feel with the tambourine and and then adding in that pop lyrics right there. You know, it's amazing finding you guys. The genre. See, I want to get into the genre, but you guys did multiple. You guys really did psychedelic.
Angelica, you love it.
Right? And a lot of people don't realize that
Be true.
took all the way off from Cleveland, Ohio, shot
Won't
it
let
right.
me.
And my man right here comes from out of nowhere and ends up on the wings, man, and he's flying, and he just learned how to play the doggone bass. I'm just flying. Okay, this
Shout out to my dad, Detective Craft, watching. Hey, Dad.
Okay. Rocked around the nation. Rocked the church around the world. Okay. That's amazing how the chemistry just came together right there. You know, and also, I want to tell them that you were a bit, that you were in Bedford. You lived in Bedford for a little bit, right? You lived in Bedford Heights for a little bit with your brother.
Oh no!
And then in Cleveland,
You lived in Cleveland Heights.
my brother lived in Pittsburgh.
Love it.
Oh, wow.
We gotta start
I got to switch. You saw that one post,
He
right?
just died in Easter Sunday.
Right. Oh, man. Well, we got to go, people. Okay, here we go. Bring us on in. Oh, yeah, people. Thanks for tuning into this historic interview that we took place with the Outsiders.
And we
Yeah.
want to thank our special guest, Rick and Mert Madsen all the way from Copenhagen, Denmark, and North Royalton.
That's right. You know, they first were here with our father, my man Bill Randall and Carl Reese here, 1490 WERE. But we've got to go, baby.
Wait a minute, shout out to Billy McConaughey and Lawrence the Picture Man.
Oh,
Hey,
Lord,
and
thank you.
Retta.
We love you, man. We love you.
L&L Photography. We love Kent Angelica.
Oh, man, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We love you so much. There's only one thing left for us to say, and that is peace, love, and Cleveland rocks.
Yay!
From Copenhagen,
Thank you.
Denmark, baby, my man. I love you.
Thank you.
Great show, guys.